eyes in the horse racing world are on California for the 2024 Breeders' Cup Classic. It's a beauty, isn't it? We get to see 14 of the fastest dirt horses in the world, 4 foreign horses that are in the field, as well as some 2024 Kentucky Derby participants like Sierra Leone and Fierceness. City of Troy is listed as the 5-2 favorite, followed by Fierceness, Forever Young, and then next at 8-1, post time, 5:51 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. A lot of money on the line here as well, a $7 million purse. Let's get in to a Breeders' Cup preview with Sportsline's Gene Menez. Gene, as mentioned, City of Troy, the Kentucky-bred European champ, that is the favorite. However, you're fading the favorite. Tell us why.
Well, City of Troy has been called by his trainer as possibly the best horse he's ever trained. And that's something coming from Aidan O'Brien, who's a Hall of Fame trainer and one of the best ever to do it. However, City of Troy has never raced on dirt. Even though he has 6 wins and 7 career starts, he has never raced on a dirt surface, and he's a son of Justify, 2018 Triple Crown winner Justify, but on his dam side, it's all grass. And so he's going to be a question mark to get the 1.25 mile distance on the dirt on Saturday at Del Mar. Could he do it? Sure, possibly. But at 5-2, that is such a high price to pay.
Yeah, especially for a horse that has never raced on dirt. Gee, we want to get into some of your best bets for Saturday because we mentioned, of course, fading City of Troy, but there are some long shots that you're backing. We're talking about Arthur's Ride there at 15-1. So walk us through your best bets and what you like for Saturday.
All right, so I have 3 best bets for Saturday. First is going to be my pick for the classic, and that's Forever Young. The Japanese Invader has only lost once in his career. That was the 3rd place in the Kentucky Derby when arguably he was the best horse in the race. He's only raced once since then, and that was a good effort in Japan. He comes in fresh. I really like him to angle out at the top of the stretch and come straight down the lane on Saturday. So he's my pick to win the Classic at 6-1. Now, I also like him in an exacta over 4 long shot horses. You see them on the screen: Highland Falls, who's 20-1, Ushba Tesoro, who's 12-1, Arthur's Ride, who's 15-1, and Newgate, who's 20-1. Any of those can finish second, and if it comes Forever Young over one of those, that's going to pay a pretty good amount. And then finally, my last best bet is going to be a double. And now a double is a bet that connects 2 races. In this case, it's going to be the Classic Turf double, which the Turf is the race right after the Classic. And in that race, I like Shahryar, who's 10-1. So we've got Forever Young, 6-1 in the Classic, connected to Shahryar, 10-1 in the Turf. That could pay a really good amount if it comes through on Saturday.
So, Gene, another big horse in here, a big name, is Fierceness, of course, because it's a Todd Pletcher horse. So that always kind of gets our attention, right? And I saw Fierceness in the Florida Derby win by a landslide. And then I was all in on the horse for the Kentucky Derby, where it was a flop. I think he finished 15th. How come Fierceness isn't anywhere in any of your best bets?
You know, it really is just a price situation. I like him. I like him to run well on Saturday, but he's 3-1 where Forever Young is 6-1. I can't take Fierceness at half the price of Forever Young at 3-1. You know, would I be surprised if Fierceness wins? Absolutely not. He won the Jim Dandy Stakes. He won the Travers Stakes in fantastic fashion. He's had 2 months rest, and he's been training well up to the Breeders' Cup on Saturday. So I wouldn't be surprised if he won on Saturday, but I'm not going to take 3-1 on Fierceness. Now, will I use him in multi-race wagers that connect, multiple races like the late pick 5 or the late pick 4? Absolutely, I'll use Fierceness because I don't want to miss out on a potential big score if Fierceness comes and wins the Breeders' Cup Classic on Saturday.
All right, Gene, we certainly appreciate it. I was taking notes and taking pictures on my phone of your best bets because every time there's a big horse race, my dad is asking me, hey, what are all the experts saying? Because I gotta put my tickets in. So it's all up here. Gene getting us ready for the Breeders' Cup on Saturday. Always good to see you, Gene. Getting a look at the post positions, Forever Young. That's who Gene likes to win at 6-1. Drew the inside rail position during this week's 2024 Breeders' Cup Classic post draw. Again, that's Saturday, 5:41 p.m. Eastern, out in California.